I reposted this earlier today. An Oxford boffin does a study and finds that, yes, the wages of sin are death. This got rolled up into a thread reader. Oxford anthropologist J.D. Unwin studied 86 societies and civilizations to see why some collapse and others do not. And what did he find? That sexual debauchery leads to the collapse of a civilization within 3 generations. Not exactly helping my case here with anime waifus distracting me. Unwin defined 4 categories of cultures. Each is differential in its pursuit of art, engineering, literature, agriculture, etc. That is, the dead. These cultures only focus on day-to-day needs of life. They don't care about higher questions, and they do not progress. There's the superstitious. These cultures develop beliefs that help them explain the natural world. This can be represented in the special treatment of the dead. There's the deistic, characterized by belief in a god or multiple gods. This requires more imagination and higher order thinking. And then there's the rationalistic, which is characterized by rational thinking. This was the category with the most human flourishing. And then Unwin defines sexual ethics and restraint into 2 categories. There's prenuptial. This was measured on a scale from complete sexual freedom to remain a virgin till married. And then postnuptial. How easy is it to get a divorce? How many wives can a man have? How faithful are the women expected to be? Now, what do you think he found, chat? What do you think he found? The single most influential factor in a civilization's longevity and success is prenuptial chastity. If people were expected to remain virgins until marriage, the culture was more likely to have all of the markers of human flourishing. They were more likely to be an advanced civilization. What was the best combination resulting in a culture that exceeds other cultures? Well, you probably won't be surprised. Prenuptial chastity combined with absolute monogamy. Absolute monogamy means one spouse for life. Now, why was prenuptial chastity the most important? In cultures where virginity was no longer expected, within 3 generations, the following disappeared: absolute monogamy, deism, and rational thinking. Without prenuptial chastity, people usually regress into the lowest dead category as they become interested only in their own wants and needs. They become slaves to their appetites. Cultures that have embraced total sexual freedom collapse within 3 generations. They might limp along for a time, powered by some momentum, but eventually they are conquered or taken over by another culture. In the West, the sexual revolution started in the late 1960s. 3 generations, about 40 years each, from then would put us in the 2070s. Are we on the way to collapse in the West? The evidence would point to yes. You cannot have both sexual freedom and progress. Unwin wrote, quote, "Any human society is free to choose either to display great energy or to enjoy sexual freedom. The evidence is that it cannot do both for more than 1 generation. Sexual freedom unleashes all sorts of demons on a society. Couple it with modern medicine, which basically baptizes sexual debauchery with antibiotics and abortion, and you have an acceleration of collapse. In the case of ancient Rome, the slaves were too busy having orgies to be truly productive. In a more modern context, the working class is too busy having orgies to be truly productive. The upper classes, especially too busy having orgies to be truly productive. It turns out that marriage is not just a private contract between 2 individuals. It has ramifications for the entire community and culture. How a society views and treats marriage determines whether or not it will keep things like indoor plumbing and modern dentistry. What 2 or more people do together in the bedroom is not, indeed, a private matter. Writ large, it has consequences for an entire civilization. Likewise, pornography is cultural cancer. It rots the bones. A healthy civilization, or one that wants to progress, will want to eradicate it or push it to the fringes of society. Porn leads to other debaucheries. Looking at the current state of our culture, is there any hope to avoid collapse? Well, the answer to that question looks bleak. Even recently, close to a pandemic, we've seen people engaging in orgies and other risky sexual behavior, despite a new disease called monkeypox. They really are slaves to their passions. The good news, a culture can be turned around. Massive repentance can bear fruit. But based on the data, it also takes 3 generations for improvements to start showing up. Sexual ethics is a powerful rudder, but it is still a rudder on a huge, lumbering ship. We better start turning the wheel. Better start turning the wheel, indeed. I had heard this reference to me once before, but instead of the sexual revolution, it was said that feminism within 3 generations leads to complete societal collapse. But feminism and sexual revolution, they both occurred at the same time. Both of them yielded the same fruit. Both of them joined at the hip. Sorry, folks. This is what happens. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. If you have any thoughts, questions, or ideas for future videos, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. You can also follow me on Twitter @LordRexworth for more updates and behind-the-scenes content. And if you want to support the channel, check out my Ko-fi or Throne pages. Links are in the description. Finally, be sure to visit LordRexworth.com and follow me across all platforms. That's LordRexworth.com. Until next time, I wish you all the best, and God bless.